What did Montana did today? When the customer gave you an objection, what we usually do?
Agree.
We agree. But usually, 90% of us, we argue 100%. What do you mean by Mirage Industry? What do you mean by Elite Metro? What do you mean by Mint Mobile? They don't work. So what we do is we try to show them that AT&T is here, you're here. And now the customer is not anymore thinking about two companies. They're gonna take it personal. They're 100% gonna take it personal. And when I went to one of the chats where you were, that's where it was going. It was getting more personal. Like even though they were throwing at each other companies, but it was more like towards them that hey, I have to win this. I cannot just lose the conference with this goddamn 6 feet guy. Just like he should go like this. Please give me my first name. And I was like, okay, so you want to lose the battles right there at that point to win the war. And I know we talk about this argument, but it's not gonna happen if one of you doesn't steps back. So I'm not gonna argue with them, and the only thing I'm gonna do is keep doing is I'm just gonna keep agreeing with them. Now agree doesn't mean, oh yeah, I agree with you, so what's over? Not like that. I wanna make them feel I'm actually acknowledging them. Now think this way, if Angel comes to me and Angel says to me, hey Saldeep, there's a guy that's been harassing me, like, yeah sure, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna make it a look. As an example, me and Angel had a talk in the office that hey, we're gonna have a call at night and we're gonna discuss your schedule. Was that what we talk in the morning? Now, we both agreed on something, and what if I didn't call at night? That means I just brush it off, not thinking it's important. But just because I remember, I call her at night and we discuss her schedule. So that means I acknowledge the right way also. So I'm not just agreeing, I'm acknowledging where my customer is coming from. Doesn't mean that I am burning my boats and I'm saying, you know what, you should not get this. I'm just acknowledging that, hey, I'm not the account holder. I don't understand that you're not the account holder. However, we don't even need the account holder to get the first name. Do you need the account holder to get the first name? Do you need the account holder to get the social? No, the only place you need the account holder is when you need the account and PIN number. That's it. And at that point, we're gonna figure out if we can call them, and at that time, you're gonna find enough from the customer if he actually wants to get it, and if it's a hurdle that you can remove it off the way. But at the first name, you cannot tell me that if you're gonna know if it's gonna be a sale or not. So I'm actually acknowledging my customer. I'm actually making them feel I hear them. A lot of us, we don't even listen to our customer. And very important thing is listening. Let them complete. A lot of us just cut them off right in between. Yeah, I agree with this. Let them say what they want to say. I'm gonna give them 2 seconds before I go on to the agree part. I'm gonna give my customer. So as an example, hey Janaya, give me an objection.
I'm not the account holder. My friend is the account holder.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that you're not the account holder. However, we're just saying if you can qualify for the promotion. Now, what happens when I take 2 seconds? Their aggressiveness drops down. Their energy that they're going with, the momentum, it drops down and it takes some seconds, so it breaks down. And when I start from here, it tries to match my energy right here. That is why I take more seconds before I talk, and it gives me more time to think about a better answer. Because not every time the customer is going to say, I'm not the account holder. So that is why I take time, so it gives me more calmness, and it makes me look more professional towards them. And it just gives me more confidence in which it helps me to agree, acknowledge, and listen to it more. The only thing that the customer wants you to do is to listen to it. Think about this, their wife doesn't listen to them. The only thing the wife does is use their card. What husband does is he's at work. No one is listening to each other. Their kids always gonna feel like that because mom and dad is almost always at work. They go to work, their bosses don't even give a fuck about them, so they're always yelling at them, not doing the work. So all this time, they're not getting listened. So if I give them that feeling, that's gonna make them do what?
Trust.
Trust and likable. If a customer starts liking me, they're gonna be open to give me their business. But if they don't like me, how good of a salesperson you are, they're not gonna trust you. They're not gonna like you, and they're not gonna give you the business. Now, Once I agree with them, that's where I overturn or I give them a rebuttal. Now, sometimes rebuttal 100% matters, sometimes rebuttal doesn't even really matter. You can just keep saying the same thing, ask the first one, they're gonna get to that. But do make sure when you're saying them a rebuttal, it's making sense in your head first before it makes sense to the customer. Now, Lola asked the question, hey, why do you need my information? To see if you qualify. What's your first name? Yeah, that's right. But you cannot just repeat this on every other line. Hey, are you gonna run my credit? No, we're not gonna run credit. So I'm actually answering them, no, we're not gonna run your credit. We're just gonna see if you owe any money to AT&T. What's your first name? So, yes.
Sorry, and then they be saying, oh,
I don't
never
owe
had-
any money.
Yeah, I don't owe any money, or I never had AT&T.
You should be good. Your social?
Mm.
That's it. You should be good. There you go. So I don't know why. Yeah, makes sense because that's what you want. You know what happened when you said that? They backed.
Mm.
So when they back, you get a chance to get in. Yeah, good. Your social. Yeah, you should be good. Your social. So coming back to the topic is objection or rebuttal. Now I have a whole rebuttal sheet that I made for almost every of the customers that we have outside there. I'm gonna give it to you. I have showed Montana that. I'm gonna give it to you guys, but whatever you're saying, just keep saying that. And when I'm gonna call everyone today, I'm gonna give you those sheets. Okay? So I'm gonna call them. If you guys ask me, then only I'm gonna give it to you. If you don't ask me, I'm not giving it to you. So whoever, I'm gonna call almost everyone because I called yesterday everyone besides Sharif because I think so he was busy. But besides that, I called everyone. Lola was
I'm sleeping.
she was sleeping.
What?
That's why. So technically, the overturn and rebuttal. So it all depends on what you're saying. But do remember, I feel like the rebuttal is not even the most important part. The important part is agreeing, because that's where you make them feel like I'm listening to you. Once you go with the rebuttal, once you're done with your answer, whatever you want to say to them, whatever makes sense to you, that's where the most important thing comes in that a lot of people don't do, is asking the closing question. We get stuck right here. As an example, oh, what does your plan give? Oh, my plan, our plan gives you unlimited data, text call, Canada, Mexico, Canada hotspot, this, that, and what? And you feel like you won because you answered them. You shut them off. That's not it. That's not it. You answered them. What are you going to do next? Is ask where you're stuck. Yeah, so our plan comes with unlimited data, text, call, Canada, Mexico. Let's see now if you qualify. What's your first name? You answered them. But now you don't have to waste time on waiting on them to ask you another question, because when you wait, then they're gonna give you another question. Then they're gonna give you another objection. And if they keep throwing objections at you, what's gonna happen? At some point, you're gonna lose the sale. So you just wanna keep going with asking the closing question. As an example, what Sedu said is like, hey, when I ask for the social, I say, oh, it's only to see if you owe any money to AT&T. Now, the only time they're gonna say that, hey, I don't owe any money is when I don't complete that with what? What's your social? Hey, it's just to see if you owe any money to AT&T. So what's your social? When I do that, 90% of the time they're not gonna ask me, oh, I don't owe any money. They're just gonna put in. But if I say, hey, it's just to see if you owe any money to AT&T, and I shut up, that's where it opens a chapter for them to ask me exactly. And that's where you get that question, because you don't ask the next question. Hey, so what's your social? And don't take me wrong, there's still 10% of them still gonna ask me, I don't know any money. Yeah, you should be good. What's your social? So they ask me what? Hey, I don't know any money to AT&T. I said what? Yeah, you should be good. What's your social? There you go. So the more confident you are, the more confident your customer is gonna be if your closing questions are good. Yesterday, I was very impressed by Lola. Customer said, hey, can I go and think about it? She said, nope, you're gonna stay here. So what's your first name? I was like, what the fuck? I was at the back, I was like, Janaya, oh my god, who taught her that? She was like, nope, you cannot go. What's your first name? And she looked at me, I was like, I cannot do anything, it's her. And so that's the confidence, and what she did is she's naturally been pushed forward for the first thing because she didn't ask a question, she just moved on. So at certain times, what Lola I witnessed yesterday was like she's gonna go with the closing question. Once I told her she's getting good with pushing because she's confident on what she's doing. So if she keeps that confidence, she's gonna keep selling. But if you're like, hey, can I get your social? Of course they know you're on the back foot. You're already giving them vibes you're on the back foot. You never say, can I, may I, are you in a fucking restaurant? Waitress, something like that? May I bring you some water? Sales.
Will you please come check this out?
You're gonna say, what's your social? So the more nicer you're gonna try to be, the more they're gonna step on you. And that's how it works. But see, think like this. Who has ever got pitched by a salesperson in a mall or in any other place? A salesperson. Every one of you. Did you not play with him for first 10 minutes?
10 minutes is coming.
Did you not play with him? Me and Javeria all
Y'all be wasting on people.
We've been to
You go to T-Mobile, I have 20 lines, what you gonna offer me? All the time.
Yo, y'all look cool, bro. TVAs, y'all look cool.
So what makes you think they're not gonna do the same thing to you? They do the same exact thing. You just think they're not doing it, but think about the T-Mobile person that I went to him with the suit on and he's thinking I actually have 20 lines and I'm actually gonna give a business. He's already calculating the money, 60 multiplied by 50. Oh my god, this is $3,000. Of course, he's thinking the same as you. He's never gonna think I'm not gonna take it. So the only thing he's gonna do is he's gonna make sure that I take it by just convincing me. But that's not gonna work out if he shows me the sign that he is not gonna be able to handle me. At the point I feel like he's not gonna be able to handle to me, then I'm gonna play with him. Because I'm gonna give my business to someone that I feel like can handle it. So that's very important what you say. So can I get your phone please? And they're like, why do you need my phone? So we have to see if you keep your same phone number. I might give you the script, but if you're not confident on that, it's not happening. There's no way it's happening. So if you're like, oh, we just have to see if you can keep your same phone. If you're soft, oh my god, they're gonna tear you apart into 3 pieces. They're gonna. So and you're gonna come back and say, so like I tried, it didn't work out. Yeah, it's because you're confident. I can give you everything, but if you're not confident in the field, it's not gonna work out. So that's why we call this closing loop. Some other day we're gonna go more in depth about it. But I just wanted to touch up because what Montana did, a lot of that includes a closing loop in there. And do remember, this just doesn't work out in the quick code. It works out everywhere. You're on the porting department, you're on the porting department. Hey, and he's not giving you the phone. Oh, so Mr. Customer, can I see your phone? Oh, why do you need my phone? Oh, just see if you keep your same phone number, your phone, please. Why do you need my phone for? Oh, just to see if you can get your account and PIN number to see if you can keep your same phone number. Do you have your phone with you? And I'm keep pushing him because I'm confident what I'm doing is not wrong. And the only thing he's concerned about is if I'm going to do something wrong. And if I keep repeating it and he's not giving it to me, I might ask him, hey, what are you uncomfortable about? Do you think something's going to happen? You're going to switch right now? Yeah, I feel like you're going to switch me right now. No, we're not doing it. We just see if you can keep your same phone number. You're going to switch when you activate phones. Do you have the phones? No. Did you activate them? No. So you should be good. I answered them. You know, sometimes you guys think I hit a punchline. Have you guys ever thought, oh my god, it was so fucking good, so good objection, so good answer? Don't stop right there because the job gets finished. And believe me or not, customer thinks the same. Like, hey shit, he murdered me down. But the only thing you don't do is you don't push. So sometimes yesterday I felt like I had a very good line that the customer started stuttering in front of me because I gave him a He asked me, I was like, she was like that, and I just didn't want to embarrass her. I was like, what's your first name? Real quick. And I made myself the lower guy so she don't feel like I'm disrespecting her. But she just asked me a question and I answered. I grilled her down a little more. I should have not. You know when you're cooking the steak that's what I did. So I would have just let it stay and I would have just go to the next process by putting the next one in. But what I did, I keep grilling. I went wrong, but I covered that up by throwing that one away, putting a new one in, and starting from the start by me being the dumber guy and asking for the first name. So if you're not gonna use it, you're gonna keep losing the sale. You're gonna keep arguing. Remember, in the sale, you never argue. You never argue. In sales, if you're a salesperson and you're arguing every day, no one's gonna. I can tell you this that Montana, Justin, and Kevin, whenever you have a chance to work with them, they're never gonna see them arguing with the customer. Never. They're always gonna be agreeing with the customer. Customer says you're down, they're gonna say yes, I'm down. You're shit, I'm shit. What's your first name? Like, are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. What's your first name? So the thing is that your goal is to win the conversation. Their goal is to win the sale. There's a big difference. You win the conversation, you're like, what were you saying to me? And then you win the sale, you make the money. It's a longer runway, but you gotta see what you're aiming for. So you might come and tell me, so you got a customer, man. He asked me this, I said this, and I'm just gonna ask you this. Did you got the sale? No, man. So we're just wasting time. That's it. So tell me if you got the sale. Yeah, man, I worked so hard. I was like, yeah, I know you worked so hard. I'm not saying, but did you got the sale? No, man. What do you think you could have done better? I don't know. And so then you're not gonna be able to find out because you're not pushing for the closing question. Okay, any questions on this? Can you post the line up, Brandon?
I did.
Okay. Yes, Montana.
Just one more thing that I also wanted to share.
Yes.
So,
Yes.